Welcome to HortTube. My name is Jim Putnam. This is a video about shade plants, and more specifically a video about shade plants that are great in the wintertime. Most of these that I'm going to show you actually keep their foliage in the wintertime. I have included oak leaf hydrangeas in this. They do lose their leaves, but they're actually quite beautiful in the winter as well. I took this video footage over at the J.C. Ralston Arboretum, which isn't that far from me, in Raleigh, North Carolina. They have an amazing collection over there. This is just a few pieces from their collection that I wanted to show you that are all appropriate in your shade garden. Here we go. Okay, the first plant we'll talk about is AUCUBA japonica. You see this one right here has the gold spotting on the leaves. This is a gold dust AUCUBA. This one's very, very common in the trade. I'm actually more drawn to the green foliage varieties like this one right here. There's just a ton of AUCUBA japonica varieties. Unfortunately, it's only typically like two any place you go in retail, but these are quite beautiful. You see the center variegation on this variety with the yellow. This is a camellia. This is a weeping variety they have over at the Arboretum. Of course, they're camellias that can get 7, 10, 15 feet tall. This happens to be a weeping one. This is a Camellia SASANQUA. It's going to bloom in the fall, whereas Camellia japonicas here in the south are going to bloom in the early spring. But this is quite a striking variety. Shishigashiri would be similar to this one. This is an oak leaf hydrangea. They're going to lose their foliage, but look how beautiful they are in the fall with all the different colors showing up in the fall color. The spent flowers actually are quite beautiful, and even after the foliage drops completely off of this plant, it's got exfoliating bark. I truly think oak leaf hydrangeas are one of the best four-season plants you can have. They're also native to the eastern United States, which is also quite nice. But I just like every part of this. Even in the fall, as this foliage is, the plant's fading away. This is poet's laurel. Poet's laurel's in the asparagus family. I've got several things in the asparagus family here. This is a beautiful, acts like a shrub in the ground. It's actually probably a perennial from wherever it's from, but it's a beautiful. Get these red fruit on them in the fall. And beautiful, beautiful foliage. Only gets about 2-3 feet in the ground. Just a great, great winter interest plant. This is Mahonia. There's lots of different Mahonias, and I've covered several on this channel. This is Mahonia Bealii here, which is most common. It has lots and lots of points on the leaves there. And then I've covered Marvel. Recently I put up a Marvel Mahonia video, which has just a single point on the end of the flowers. And then we have these some other varieties that don't have any points on the leaves at all that are really, really beautiful. These are yellow flowering shrubs in the winter that are great for pollinators. The flowers are fragrant as well. This is a Fatsia. This is actually a Korean Fatsia here, and then there's Fatsia japonica. You'll see in just a second. I love how the leaf is shaped on this one. These need some protection from the winter wind, but they are absolutely beautiful. Typically flower in the late summer or early fall. Just really beautiful foliage. I had a tour video I shot recently that had a beautiful one stuck in a corner. There's the flower on Fatsia right there. Just a great plant. Like I say, this one, especially in zone 7 where I'm at, we've got to keep this one out of the wind in order for it to not be hurt in the winter. There's a variegated variety right there. This is cast iron plant, ASPIDISTRA. There's lots and lots of these. You typically just see the green ones available, but here's one with a white stripe on it. I usually cut these back in the late winter, the oldest foliage. You can see a couple tattered there that I'd take out in the early spring. There's a spotted variety right there, but these come in all shapes and sizes. Unfortunately, like I say, at retail, sometimes there's just not a lot of variety on these. Here's a spotted variety. One of my favorites, also in the asparagus family, like that poet's laurel. And I think RHODEA japonica is up next. It's also in the asparagus family. But look how nice the foliage is on these cast iron plants, and just look like this, year round. Here's RHODEA right here. I've got 2 of these in an unboxing video coming this week. These are just great shade, evergreen shade, low growing, kind of tame perennials that I really, really love. And I consider these like evergreen hosta. That would be the way to consider them. Here's a rhododendron here. Of course, rhododendrons and azaleas are both going to be great shade plants in anyone's. If you're thinking through shade plants, this one's in a very dark spot at the Arboretum. You can see how budded up it is for the spring. You definitely don't cut rhododendrons or azaleas in the winter. You will be losing the flower buds. So that was just a quick 10 shade plants. If you're interested in more, I have an entire playlist called Shade Plants, where I don't know how many shade plants I have covered over time. And if you're interested in different varieties of camellias, there's an entire camellia playlist, there's a hydrangea playlist, on and on. I have quite a few playlists that may help you out in continuing your search for the perfect shade plant for your garden. Thanks for watching.